Okay. Got
All
it.
right, can you hear me? Wait and tell me if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Perfect. Veronica, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, welcome to the meeting. I don't know. I feel like we should start with a prayer or something, and then we can get going.
I'm sorry?
So, Veronica, can you give us an opening prayer?
Me?
Yeah, if you'd like. If you don't want to do that, it's okay.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you guys ready? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank thee for this day. We thank thee for all thou hast given us. We ask thee, Father, to help bless us now that we're preparing to start on our coursework. Please bless us that we can have thy spirit with us and so we can open our minds and learn new things and help each other as a group. We ask thee to keep helping us in this time of education that we can receive the knowledge that we need and be able to capture it. And we say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, um, great. So I guess we should just get started with group two or part two of this thing.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to discuss the answers on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that the window open for it?
I have the printout, so
Oh, okay. Okay, so question 6, determine the correct sampling method for each scenario. A medical student researches the prevalence of aspirin usage by questioning all of the patients who enter her clinic for treatment. Um, and that's I think that's convenience
Sorry
sampling.
about that.
Hmm?
Sorry about that. I think I got logged off, but I just had an error. Okay, cool. So let's just go through the first one. So it says, determine the correct sampling method for each scenario. So the first one,
So
a
you
medical student
should
researches
just
the prevalence.
oh, sorry. You can continue.
sorry.
Oh, sorry, did I miss?
Did you
Okay,
log?
so sorry.
Oh,
A medical student researches the prevalence of aspirin aspirin usage by questioning all of the patients who enter her clinic for treatment. What do you guys think that was?
so I put convenient sampling. Or
Yeah, I put that.
Yeah, I saw that that's what it was. I couldn't figure that one out because I didn't know where that was. I was looking for it on the textbook, but I couldn't find it. But it could have
Yeah.
just been that I wasn't looking right.
Yeah, I think we all agree that's definitely convenience sampling. I think that the textbook says you should avoid that when possible because I don't know. I guess it doesn't give the best results because it's just whatever you're working with. I guess I don't know. But yeah, so that I think we're all in agreement on that one.
okay, so question 6B. The Colorado Department of Health obtains an alphabetical list of 2 million adult Colorado residents and constructs a pool of survey subjects by selecting every thousand name on the list after randomly choosing one person from the first thousand on the list. Um, so what do you guys feel that is?
Isn't it systematic sampling?
That's what I put. Oh, well, I mean, like, I didn't type in the answers. I just went over it before we logged on, so
Yeah.
like halfway. I'm just trying to remember again from the top of my head.
Well, the definition for it like I did the guide before the part one, and it tells you that systematic sampling, sequential order, randomly select one, then ask every case
Did,
subject. So I think
did
that's what kind of falls
Kevin,
under.
yeah, Kevin keeps on logging out for some reason.
Yeah, but maybe it's his internet.
Yeah, and then you're breaking up a bit.
Okay, I think I'm back again. Sorry, it keeps disconnecting.
Is it your internet?
Uh, yeah, my internet's a little sketchy over here. But
Oh,
let me just, I bet you if I log out of some pages that I had to, alright,
okay.
that should have me out. Alright,
Before
sorry about
your
that. So,
internet wonks out again, let's go ahead and continue to 6C.
Okay.
In a Gallup poll of 1,059 adults, the interview subjects were selected using a computer to randomly generate telephone numbers that were then called, and I believe that is simple random sampling.
Yeah, I think most of the everything that says random is usually because it's randomly picked. I think we would use that simple random solution sampling.
Huh?
Could you not hear me?
No, it's breaking up a bit.
Usually, any of the problems that have like that talk about random picking is usually the simple random sampling. Just
Mhm,
because you're not like going from a specific place, you're just always randomly picking from a certain scenario.
mhm. Uh, I think we lost him again. Oh.
Yeah. Am I still breaking out?
um,
Like,
I, yeah, sorry about that. Keep I keep losing the connection. So let's just hurry and get through it because I think it keeps recording it because I keep
Yeah,
joining back up with you
it's
guys.
still recording it while you're gone, I
Yeah,
believe.
so I think we're okay. So let's just hurry and get through this.
Okay.
So Veronica, why don't you read 6D?
okay, a dietitian has, sorry, partitioned people into age categories of under 18, 18 to 49, 50 to. He is surveying a random sample of 200 members from each category.
So that's, I believe, stratified
Hmm.
Yeah,
sampling?
um,
I agree. Yeah, I believe it's stratified sampling because
yeah, because
stratified had to do with dividing it into groups, um, and then do a
they're
simple random.
targeting a certain group. Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll read the last one. A John Hopkins University researcher surveys all cardiac patients in each of 30 randomly selected hospitals. And I definitely feel this is a cluster sample.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah,
because with a cluster sample, I think you have like different groups, and then you like narrow it down one more time even. I feel like that's what this one's doing.
yeah, it's just a group instead of doing a generalization. It's just a specific like block or group, right?
Hmm. I think yeah. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Clayton, why don't you read that one?
Just a sec.
Okay.
Um, Wait, which one's this next one? 7A?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just read 7.
The American Medical Association wanted to determine general patient satisfaction with the patient's primary care physician, determine the type of sampling method used in the following scenarios. They take a simple random sample of doctors and then sample all of the patients that the doctor works with, and that's probably cluster as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's cluster. All right, Veronica, why don't you read the next one?
They put all the residents' names in a computer and use a random number generator to get a sample of 100 patients. That would be the simple random sampling.
Yes. Wait, hold up. Put on the computer and use them. Yeah.
Yeah. I put down systematic sampling, but I'm not sure why. Can you explain to me why why did you guys put the simple random sampling?
Because it's computer generated.
Oh,
So,
computer generated?
Yeah.
So systematic is when I believe it's the one where they every person, like probably every 10th person, and then they randomly start at random between 1 and 10.
Right. Okay, so
And then
that's well. The thing
you
that threw me off was when it says use a random number generator. I thought that maybe it would be systematic but it doesn't mention anything about the 100th patient or the 10th patient. So I think you guys are right. It is simple random sampling. So I'll change my answer. Thank you. So I'll read the next one. They divide the residents up by gender and then do a simple random sample of the residents within each gender. So I think stratified.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're speaking of a specific group, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I asked if the reason it was that one, it was because it's asking for a specific group.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a specific with each gender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Cool. Clayton, why don't you read the next one?
Okay, so they randomly pick key intersections in the city, and then picking every 5th person that walks by after randomly picking one of the first 5 people to be in the sample. So that would be systematic.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll read the next one, number 8. Are we good so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Determine for each scenario whether it is an observational study or an experimental design. If it is an experimental design, determine the response, treatment, and subject. So A is the Center of Disease Control obtained concurrent flu data by randomly polling 300 men and 300 women.
So that would be observational study.
Mm-hmm. I agree because with the experimental, you have researchers controlling the situation, and this one is just they're observing. It's just they're not really controlling the situation. They're just kind of see what happens.
Oh, okay.
So I'll read the next one. So you plan to conduct an experiment to test the effectiveness of sleep ease, a new drug that is supposed to reduce insomnia. So you randomly divide 1,000 patients, into 2 groups where half get sleep ease and the other a placebo. You record the gender of each subject. You will then observe how many hours of sleep they get in a week. So I know that this is definitely an experiment. So I believe this experiment, and I think the treatments, the sleepies, the subjects are the patients that they're working with. But I need you guys to maybe help me out on the response. I'm not quite sure what that means.
I think, I was looking that up. Earlier. I think it's basically the effect, the hours of sleep that they get in a week. I think that's the response.
Okay. It's kind of like the result. Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That makes sense then. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of a fun way to have a discussion, but I feel like we're going quick. It freezes up again. But
It's making more sense when.
alrighty, so let's Clayton, why don't you read the next one?
In September 2004, Nucleus Pharmaceuticals Incorporated announced the results of its first human trial of NPI 32101, a topical form of its skin ointment. A total of 224 patients diagnosed with the skin irritations were divided into 3 groups as part of a double-blind, placebo-controlled study to test the effectiveness of the new topical cream. The first group received a 0.5% cream, the second group received a 1% cream, and the third group received a placebo. Groups were treated twice daily for a 6-week period, and the degree of skin irritation was recorded at that time. Is this a designed experiment or an observational study?
Would be a design experiment since they were given a treatment and some were given it and some weren't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even further, it's definitely a designed experiment because like I was saying earlier, there are people controlling the variables of the study. It wasn't just an observation. It wasn't just like a quiet fly in the wall, kind of observe to see what happens. It was definitely like controlled. So I think that's why it's a design experiment. So what were the subjects?
So the subject were all of the patients.
224 patients that were diagnosed with the skin irritation.
Right. So
They were
what was
divided into 3 groups.
Sorry?
3 groups?
You were breaking up. What now?
The next one.
You're still breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We got you. Did you have a question?
No, I was seeing that they were divided into the 3 groups. That was all.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, cool. So the next one is what is the response variable in the experiment? And this is where I kind of felt like I maybe knew what the response variable was, but I still wanted to ask you guys. I felt like it was the result at the end, right? Whether or not they had the skin irritation after having the placebo or the two creams. Was it? Do you guys think that's right?
Yeah, I think it's the degree of it.
Yeah. Irritation.
Okay.
Oh, what were you about to say? I'm sorry.
I was just asking again the same question about the response variable. I wasn't quite sure what it meant at the beginning, but when I read the end, when I was doing the end part here by myself, I thought maybe I figured it out. Like it's like the result of the end. So kind of. Anyways. So and then the last one, what were the treatments?
It was the different creams, right?
Right. Yeah.
5 cream and the 1% cream.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then the placebo.
The placebo was the control, right? It was.
Yeah, and so the placebo is not a treatment, just the 2 different cream applications.
That's right. There's not a treatment.
Exactly.
But those were the. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's what.
Wait, but isn't it still considered?
No, sorry. Is it considered?
No question. Isn't still the placebo still a part of a treatment? Not necessarily that they were treated for it, but the fact that they're not treated for it.
Well, the way I understand it is, so there's a treatment, at least. Well, the way I've heard it defined before is experimental group and the control group. You got the two groups. In this case, 3. There are 2 experimental groups, 2 treatment groups, which were the ones that had the actual skincare ointment, and then the placebo is the control. So I'm pretty sure that's That's right, actually. But now that I think about it, you might consider that because the control. No, in fact, I'm pretty sure that's right, actually. Because even if you have the placebo, there's still no treatment happening, really. It's just like a sugar pill or fake cream or whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that that's not experiment, or that's not the treatment. It's more of a control factor.
Okay.
Well, that's it. I think that's all we have to do, right, guys?
At least for part two. So, oop, hold up, something just
We have
popped
to
up.
do the quiz together.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do the quiz together. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, but just a sec. Something.
Question.
Okay, here we go. Um,
Hopefully my internet doesn't freak out that I'm doing something else here.
okay, so I guess we just click start on the group meeting um, page on
Go back in
iLearn.
here because it locked
Yeah,
me
let
out.
me get there. Sorry. I had all other pages closed besides this video, so I gotta get there real quick. Sorry. In the meantime, Clayton, I know you're in Rexburg, but Veronica, are you in Rexburg too, or
No,
are
I'm
you?
in California.
Oh, cool.
Where were
Yeah.
you again, Kevin?
I'm in Rexburg as well. I'm just,
Oh,
I'm going to classes like lectures and like just online classes too here
yeah,
and
this
there.
is my only online.
Yeah. So, Veronica, do you have other online classes too, or?
Yeah, I'm taking a religious class.
That's cool.
I'm just taking 2 classes for now, though.
That's cool.
Okay.
Awesome. So I'm just about there. Sorry for the wait. What are your guys' majors?
Health science.
Oh, same here.
Oh,
I think this is one of the major, I guess, classes that make it the health program or health science
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, it's required.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm a biology major myself.
Yeah, I was taking
Oh.
biology before, but then there was a mix-up in degrees, so I'm now taking this degree.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Sorry. There it is. Okay, I'm just about there. Okay, perfect. All right. So we all push start at the same time, or does it make a difference?
Well, like we turn these in individually, so I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and start all at the same time. It's probably going to give us 35 minutes.
Well,
Alright,
be
cool.
careful that you're in lesson 2. I almost did lesson 3 right now.
Yeah, that'd be bad. All right.
Yeah.
So let's
All right, you guys
start.
ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Okay, I'm pushing start now.
Okay.
Everybody there?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, 17 questions, and I do not see a time limit, so that's good.
Yeah.
I complete, so question 1, I completed the individual preparation assignment before attending the group meeting. I mean, and if you guys have done that, I mean, I would make sure you push, you've done that assignment. I mean, just in case if you have not done online courses before, just mark it as completed in the corner of individual preparation after we're done with this.
Cool.
So,
So I guess for these first two, just answer for yourself. So I actively participated in this week's group meeting. True or false? Then I would say true for both of you guys and all this.
Yeah.
So research would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, The researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying?
So I believe that is design the study.
I was thinking that same thing. Veronica, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understood the question now. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This is the part that they're doing, right?
Yeah, they're just figuring out what they want to do. I'm pretty sure it's under design the study.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Design the
make
study.
the other ones don't make sense really because they're not collecting anything yet. They haven't made any
Yeah.
discoveries yet. So Veronica,
Okay, I get it. Yeah, a researcher has collected the results of the survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each week. Each day. The research tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the how do you say that statistical process did the researcher apply? I mean,
So
she's collecting
I,
the data, but then has the results, right?
Yeah, she collected the data already. I'm pretty sure she's not in that step.
I
I would
think
say she's in
describe the data because she made the histogram.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
yeah.
thinking that too. I think she's in describe. Yeah, just describe the data.
So
Any
describe the data.
disagreements? We all agreed there?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Clayton, you want to read the next one?
So Mumbai, question 5, Mumbai, India is quickly growing a city of importance in its own country as well as global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From this list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names were randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers receive 1,049 responses. The population is
The 3,000 people, right?
yes, I believe that is it. Wait, hold up.
I don't know. I think that's the sample. I think because this is why. I think it's the sample because let's see.
Oh.
Because they're like looking at the citizens of Mumbai, I
Right.
guess, and then they selected 3,000 people, and then only that many answered 1,049. So,
Yeah, because 3,000 is not a big number when compared to the population of Mumbai. I'm pretty sure that's a huge city.
mm.
So, cool. I think that's the answer then. The citizens of Mumbai.
I don't know if I agree with that.
What do you
I'm
think?
so
What do you think, Veronica?
Because it's asking you what the population is. The population is the larger amount, right? Which is why you guys say the citizens of Mumbai. But they weren't. The research wasn't on all the citizens. It was just on a random pick number, and the only ones that actually responded were the 1,000.
See, and that's what I was questioning before. When I said 3,000 population of what they of the people of the test subjects, or are they looking at as this is basically a sample out of the whole like the 3,000 people were the sample out of the whole population of the city? So I'm not sure.
I'm still I'm still pretty sure that. Okay, so Veronica, if you think that the 3,000 is the population, what do you think is the sample?
No, I think I just got it. I
Oh, you
think I
got
was
it.
understand. Yeah, because it's a right, and they get from a list of 3,000 names.
Wait, so what now? You broke up again.
Okay, I think I get it. I think it does make sense to be the citizens of Mumbai
Mhm.
because it's what they're researching on. That would be the population, and then like you guys said, the 3,000 would be a sample, but then also the 1,000 that responded would be a sample size, right, as well, wouldn't they?
I don't think that's a sample. I think that's just like I don't know what you'd call it, like a response group, because the 3,000 I think is definitely the sample because the researchers selected that. That's the sample of the population. But then, not, when you get a letter in the mail, do you always mail it back? Do you always do the survey? I don't. I think just about half of the sample even did the survey, less than half actually. So I think that's what it is. So the population is definitely, I think, is the citizens, and then the sample is the 3,000.
I think that it's like the citizens of Mumbai, but I think that the sample's actually at the 1,049 because those are the only ones you can get data on. Because like that's just saying that they sent out 3,000, but they weren't able to gather all those responses from those 1,000.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I think I agree with that.
I mean, we pretty much agreed, citizens of Mumbai.
Yeah, so the number five is the citizens of Mumbai. I was just reading ahead a little bit. Number six is the same question, except it's asking, what's the sample? So
Ah,
what I'm
okay.
going to say is,
Oh,
so number five is the citizens of Mumbai. You guys got that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Mm.
number six is so now we need to discuss what the sample is. And I'm on the fence. I'm not sure if it's the 3,000 or the 1049. I agree with.
well,
What do you think?
I'm sorry, you broke up a bit. What were you saying?
I was just saying.
who, me?
I think Kevin, this
Okay,
go
yeah.
around.
Sorry. So I was saying that I'm on the fence. I'm not sure if it's the 3,000. I thought it was the 3,000, but what you said about the 1049 actually makes. I mean, it makes sense, and I'm not sure. So you have to do. What do you guys think? Do you guys both think it's the 1049? Are you pretty
Let
positive
me
on that?
go ahead and reread the question real quick. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think it's the 1,049 because those are the only people that have responded, and basically they're doing this questionnaire to see if they sorry, what was it again? Help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. So the rest of the
No,
3,000
but
that did not respond, I don't think that's accounted for
why
because they
wouldn't
never responded.
chosen?
Sorry.
I think it's the 3,000 because those were chosen. So the sample size that they were trying to get were the 3,000, but only got responses. So wouldn't the sample size be 3,000?
Oh, that's
Um,
a tough one. Because in my mind, it could be either one, because I just haven't figured it out. I think we would. Hmm, it's tough. I'm not sure. Because I
I,
agree with you, Veronica, that they did pick the 3,000, but I also agree with you, Clayton, because only the 1049 responded. So I'm really on the fence. I'm not sure which one it is. Should we come back
well,
to that?
basically rereading the question real quick. Mumbai, India is quickly growing. It is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. This sentence is where this will tell us the answer. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. Okay, so basically they sent out 3,000, what was it? 3,000 names were randomly selected, but um, basically only 1,049 answered, and only those can account if they say yes or no. The rest, they can't be like, since they never responded, it can't be assumed that they said yes or no. So
Hmm.
I think that the 1,049 is
So,
the
okay, I still think that the 3,000 are included because it says from a list of registered taxpayers. So from all the citizens of Mumbai, there 3,000 names were chosen, which would usually be the sample. Now
Hmm.
the answer would be that only 1,049 answered. That's the response to it. But
Hmm.
I still feel like it's the sample. And if you go to the textbook on one of the design studies that it showed us, it said that like it says the example it gives is the volume of financial transactions conducted by immune advance makes it possible to conduct a census, right? But skipping to that, it says instead you collect a manageable, instead of doing financial documents, you will collect a manageable group. So called the sample size, which is the from the entire collection.
Hmm. I
Portion of the population. The
yeah.
information gained from the sample is used to make the inference.
Okay, I think that's right. I think you're right, Veronica. Are you starting? Do you still think it's 1049, Clayton?
I mean, since she was breaking up a bit, I could not get all of that, but the only question I would ask is basically if the 3,000 names were a sample, then what is the 1,049?
So I don't know if there's a term for it in the textbook, but I think it's like a response group. I really think that the 3009, I'm sorry, the 3000. So from a population, um, so there's the population in the sample. I'm pretty sure the sample, because it was randomly selected, I'm pretty sure that sample is the 3000 that they selected. And then the 1049, I'm pretty sure that would be like a response group or like asked it to define like a response variable. And that might be just in in terms of like experiments and observational studies or whatever. I'm pretty sure that could be applied here. I'm pretty sure it's like a response something. I don't really have the text open in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that Veronica's right. I think that's the 3,000 who's the sample size.
Well, if
No,
it's
but
the,
the
go
more I'm
ahead.
reading it, the more I look at how it could be. I don't know which one it is. Now I'm confused. Because it would make sense the way I said it, that the sample size is 3,000, because those are the ones they pulled off the taxpayers. But then he's right. When it comes to the only ones that responded, that would be the only sample they would be able to get it from. Like the only people they would know the answers to, whether the citizens would
So,
support the business or not.
Hmm.
so what I was about to answer to him is basically if the 1,049, that would be the response group. If they were looking at how many people were going to call out of the 3,000 names, but the whole experiment is, or I guess observational study, is how many people would support this fast food business. So I still think it's the 1,049, and I'm pretty solid with that. I'm probably
Yeah,
just
you know
gonna
what?
go ahead.
I think I agree now. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
I think I agree too. I think it's a tough call, and I hope that's right. But
3,000 is the
I'm
attempt to
still
collect.
shaking. I think I agree. I think I'll go with you guys. The 1049 who respond.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Let's move on to a
Okay.
less tough question, hopefully.
I'm glad this is in time because, yeah, it's just too much discussion. But I mean, I'm glad we were able to.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm glad we
so
came to a decision there.
So number 7, studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and 44% after the first hour at class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in the study that constant review is important, or study claimed that I'm sorry. Um, Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, after then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where you score out of 10 is recorded. And what type of data is your teacher collecting? Um, uh,
I think, guys, I'm not super solid in this area. I wasn't able to get the
Well,
definition of these ones.
the quantitative is basically if you can do math with it, it's the quantitative. That's what the
Excuse me.
and the categorical is basically the yield data that can only be considered by the category.
Hmm.
Would be
So,
what is it, teacher collecting?
what would you say that is? Yeah, quantitative.
I think it's a quantitative.
The way you explained it, I'm thinking it's quantitative too, but I'm not sure. Clayton, do you have anything to say?
Basically, I just needed to reread it myself because, sometimes when you're reading as much as this, you're not, I guess, taking it in, all of it. So I just need to make sure I know the difference between quantitative and categorical. Um, so I just need to read just a bit. Where 15 minutes. So yeah, I think it's quantitative.
Okay. I will agree with that.
Yeah, because quantity means like usually not always represents a number. Like basically if you do math, and category represents a non-numerical data such as like color brands. That's the definition for it.
Okay.
I mean, even with the numbers, I mean, basically, it's looking at titles like age, gender, telephone numbers, account numbers. I mean, they can't be added up. You can't add like
Oh.
a number to a telephone number and it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And I skimmed through the next one a little bit, and reading the end, I don't think we have to read through this one because it's the same kind of thing, but at the end it does change where it says, after the 6th day, your teacher asks you if you feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. He then records your response as yes, no, not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? So that seems more like categorical to me.
Yeah.
So I think that the first one is definitely quantitative because it makes, Veronica, now what you're saying makes sense with reading these two side by side because because with the other one he's the quiz he's actually testing your knowledge, and with this one he's like saying, well, I'm not going to test your knowledge directly, but how do you feel? Do you feel like you've done over 50%? Do you feel like you remember it? Whatever. So I bet you that's categorical, at least the way you're explaining it.
Yeah.
Cool. So what about the next one?
I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead.
Studies have shown the retention of classroom material can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour of class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer the forgetting curve? The researchers in the study claim the constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you asked to review a specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. The group is called would be the control group, right?
Control group, yeah, I agree with that. Because they're not participating in the treatment, they're not studying the same way the other ones are. So they're a comparison group, whatever. So control group, definitely. All right. Which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children. Okay. Administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group, then giving a placebo to another. I'm leaning towards that one, as of right now.
Same.
The third one, a census. The mailed survey asking people whether or not they received the tuberculosis vaccine.
No, I do think it's the second one because they are treating patients. I forgot how to word that.
Yeah.
They are controlling what's happening with the patients.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. What would the fourth one and the first one be? Like, is it just like a poll or a survey? Like, did they mention anything about that in the text? Because it doesn't seem like an observational
whether or not they would act. So that would be observational study because they don't have any hand in controlling what's going on.
Okay, I'll buy that.
I mean, I think it might lean towards an experiment, maybe if they were asking in an area, like if they were controlling it to where they were asking a specific area. Well, no, never mind. So that would still be observational study.
I was
thinking
wondering if
of
there was like a third. Yeah, I was wondering if there's like a third term that we use, like, but because it doesn't seem like an observational study either to me. But that's okay. So go ahead and read the number 11, Clayton.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead and read number 11.
In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district of Mumbai, many randomly selected workers in each of the several work districts of Mumbai, all the female workers.
I think the third one. What do you guys think?
Second and the third one.
I was, yeah. I'm pretty sure I would lean more towards the third one than the second one because the second one, it's just, imagine if it's like Madison County that you wanted to do and you just wanted to do Rexburg and you just asked all the workers in Rexburg. And then, I wouldn't, because then you wouldn't get all your results of the whole county.
Mm-hmm.
So with this one, I'm leaning towards the third one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
a census of like a diverse, what's the word? Result. All right. So, do you want to read the number 12?
Yeah.
Veronica?
You want? Oh, who's reading it?
Yeah, Veronica, you can read it.
You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory I don't know how to say that word. Syncytial virus, RSV. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units of the subject? The children, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. One group. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's children.
Mhm. So the next one, you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of people, or one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What are the treatments? Let's see.
It's the
So
vaccine and the
the va-
placebo.
yeah. So I guess what you said earlier, at some point, the placebo or control group would count as a treatment.
Yeah, because they're still getting something. Like that in this case, they're getting they're all the same shot. One of them is filled with placebo, and the other one is the actual vaccine. So I think that's why it's still considered a treatment.
Yeah.
Which question was that again? Was that on the other thing? That
I
wasn't-
think that might have been on the.
That was on the worksheet that we did.
Yeah.
You guys are. I guess like for some reason it's really breaking up again.
Is it okay now? You good?
Yeah. It's
Jack?
mainly Veronica, but I mean you'll do it as well every now and again.
Yeah. You guys have a pretty
I
good
think
connection on my end, but
Yeah, I think mine is pretty stable at the moment, at least. Sometimes it disconnects our time playing
Let me see.
or something, or online video games and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question.
okay, I'll go ahead and read that.
Does this work better with my microphone?
I can hear you the same. It's the same.
Okay.
But you can, yeah, it's up to you. Okay, so real quick, with 13, we agree that it's the fourth one, right? The vaccine and the placebo?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Alrighty, in 1992, the U.S. government supported the study that was run for 15 years, where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of the poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of the U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following three groups. Number one, the MTO Low Poverty Voucher Group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers, usable only in low poverty areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease. The traditional voucher group, which received a regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistances from the PHAs, local public housing authorities. The control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families and others have been entitled. The study was an observational study, experiment, or neither.
So far, we've only been given the two. Well, I mean, experiment. What's the other one? I don't know, but I don't think it's that. So I think it was an experiment because they gave certificates and all that.
Yeah, they wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have to experiment, wouldn't they? It couldn't just be although it could be observational too. But then they controlled something. So it would be an experiment.
Supported this study. Okay, yeah. You know what? I do think this is experiment because I was thinking it might be observational, but but it's the U.S. government supporting a study,
Yeah.
and in this study there's there's experimental and control groups. So I think that
I
they're
think
manipulating the situation. So I think that makes it an experiment.
I think observational has a big part in it, but it's experiment because observational study, they have no hand in whatsoever. They are only observing, whereas in an experiment they have a bit more control, where they set it up and all that. I mean, they interfere because they're
Yeah.
making a controlled environment or whatever for the experiment. So yeah, I mean, I think it's experiment. What was the other experiment name? Something with the D, experiment.
I'm not sure.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's that either, but I think it's just experiment. I was just thinking of the neither question and then giving my input on that. So yeah, I think it's experiment.
Cool. Well, agreed then?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree.
Cool. Number 15. If a p-value of 0.0002 is found in the study described above, then we could then we could say that there's about a 0.0002 probability of obtaining the actual observed result, or one more extreme, assuming the null is true.
Yeah, so,
Hmm.
I'm not really sure.
Let's see. P-value. Let me get my. Be right back, okay?
Oh, well, that's the. The popular value is not one.
I think it actually might be because okay, just a sec, I lost it for a sec. Like if it's like, for example, what they were describing, if it's a low p-value, then the null is rejected, and then if it's high, then it's accepted or not rejected. Um, so
I think I know. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I remember listening to what he put, and he said that whenever, what was it that he said about the p-value is equal. Oh, it says if the p-value is smaller than 0.05, then we reject the null hypothesis.
Okay. So that would make. Because it does say at the end, assuming the null is true.
I'm sorry,
So
you cut off.
we're assuming it's still true, even though it's below 0.0005. Maybe. What is the p-value again? Do you have that in your notes?
well, I wasn't using my notes because I'm not sure if we are allowed to use notes on the
Oh,
quiz, so I'm trying to remember from just right out of my mind. I believe the only thing I put in my notes anyways is that low p-value rejected, well, the same thing I said before, rejected null, and then if it's high enough, it's the null is not rejected.
okay. Huh. I am not sure on this one.
So,
I think
yeah, I'm
it's true.
confused.
I do remember that the null is, like in the experiment, the null hypothesis is, right from the get-go, is viewed as, it is
It's
viewed
like
as
the status quo
true.
with trend.
And then, that's when you do the experiment, and if the p-value is lower, then it is rejected. If it's higher, it's accepted.
So isn't that lower?
I think, that looks like a low value, but that's not that's not what the question is about. I'm just stating what I remember. I just put true for now. We see theories about
in the actual
observed results.
I would say it's true then, yeah. Because
Okay.
P does have to do with probability, right?
Yeah, p value is, I would think, like the p would stand for probability.
All right.
So yeah, that's what I'm putting as true for now.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna have to look it up after.
Okay, since the p-value is low in question 15, the researchers could conclude that the results are significant in providing low-income families an opportunity to move away from low-income neighborhoods. Does make a difference in poverty levels. I think it's false, right? Because we decided that if it's below 0.005, it's not significant. Is that right?
Well, I'm just rereading the question. Conclude that they are significant in providing low.
I think that's.
What's that ring noise?
I don't know.
What?
So I would think it's false. And the reason I think that is because, let's see, because of what you guys said earlier, and it seems contradictory too, because it says since the p-value is low, we decided the p-value is the probability of the results being true. The researchers could conclude that the results are significant. So I don't think they conclude they're significant because they're so low. I think it's false. What do you guys think?
I'd have to read question 14 and 15 to be able to, make a comment on that. So what was the null hypothesis?
The null hypothesis is a trend or something that the researchers assume is true.
Well, yeah, I remember that the null hypothesis is what is currently believed.
Generally accepted, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's accepted. And then what is
the alternative hypothesis?
Alternative is like what they're trying to figure out.
The alternative hypothesis is like the null hypothesis, but what happens is once they realize that the null hypothesis isn't true, once they disprove that, then the alternative hypothesis replaces it.
Okay, I got you.
So like a null hypothesis would be assuming, like if my oven works or something, I don't know, like we're gonna go cook dinner tonight, but we're going under the assumption that the oven will work and we're going to be able to cook it. And if it doesn't work, then we'll replace that with an alternative hypothesis with saying, well, we're going to have to make do without because the oven doesn't work. Anyways, I don't know if that's a good example of that. We'll see. once Brother Richmond watches all these, he's going to be like, okay, they have it way wrong.
Mhm.
Hopefully not.
This is
He's not
already
with us.
quite a long video. What were you saying? Why your answer was false again? I'm sorry.
I was saying because I was just going from what you guys were saying, like if it's if uh if it's not significant, like didn't you guys say like if it's below a certain certain probability, it's not significant enough to be counted as data or something, or to
Yeah. If
Uh,
it's below 0.05, if the
oh,
p
okay,
is
which
smaller
it
than
is, it's way low.
0.05, then we reject the null. That's what he said in his video.
Yeah,
yeah.
and since this is way below 0.05,
Mm.
so I think that it's false, meaning that it's not significant, and
Yeah, they can't conclude anything
you can't
significant.
conclude anything from the results, right?
Yeah.
So I think false. Is it?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I really remember is what I said, like with the null hypothesis, like, and the p-value. If it's low, then it's rejected, and then if it's high, it's not rejected. That's all I really remember from it. I might have skipped it over, or you guys said this was mentioned in the video, right?
Veronica?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for now, I'm just gonna put false and move on. Uh, I'll look that up after.
Okay.
Hopefully,
If we're wrong, we're wrong. What can we do? All right, cool. So match the following. So I remember that the thing is Daniel can
The
discern
null.
truth. Right?
Yeah.
What were you about to say, Veronica?
okay. So
No, I was gonna say that Daniel can discern the truth. No, wait.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So let's start with Daniel. Step one was the design the study, right?
I remember.
Yeah.
I actually do remember the order. Design the study is 1. Collect data is 2. Describe is 3. Let's see. Wait, hold up.
Then step four.
Okay. Step 4 is make
Um.
appearances, and then 5 take action.
Sweet.
I'm just getting mixed up with A, B, and C. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
no worries. I was thinking the same thing.
at the same time. Uh, okay. And this is 3.
All right, cool.
4.
Well, is this, you guys feel good about this?
Yeah, just to make sure that you guys didn't almost make the same mistake that I did. It's in the order of E, B, D, C, A. Is that what you guys got?
I'm pretty sure that it's different because I got completely different from what you just
Yeah.
said.
Oh, okay. So
Sometimes I use magic to mix them up.
make sure design the study is
It should.
1, which is D. Collect data is 2, which is E. Um, okay, describe the data is 3, which is C. Make inferences is 4, which is A, and then take action is B or is 5, and that's B.
Yeah, I have them all matched up like you were saying, but the letters are different for each
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So
So
it's
basically, one, right?
yeah. So step one, I'll go through it one more time. So what I have. So step one, design the study. Step two, collect data. Step three, describe the data. Step four, make inferences. And step five, take action.
That's what I got.
You got that too, Veronica? You have them all
Yeah.
matched up?
I got.
Perfect. All right. Any
So you guys
other?
ready to see it?
I think that
Sorry?
is. I think that's it.
Yeah. Are we
Oh,
ready to submit it? See what we got?
yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Um.
Oh.
Oh, we missed one.
Okay. So let's see. Which one did we
Yeah.
miss? It's 16. One that
Oh, what's the
yeah. I mean, I definitely would have to look into 14 and 15 again into consideration to make sense of it. That's why. But at the very least, we made an A.
Yeah,
So,
we did the A. We got it. Good job,
one
guys.
more question. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, good job.
Oh,
Veronica,
okay.
were you going to say something?
Good job, everybody. One more question, since I can't see my face on the big screen. Does my face look purple in this video?
It doesn't know.
Huh?
The only thing is, you can tell the light from your computer is shining on your face, but
No,
I mean,
it looks, I guess from the smaller picture, it does look like pinkish purple. It's odd.
well, that's nah, I think you're good.
Okay.
But it does. I mean, you can tell there's light reflecting on it. It's a different color. But
Yeah.
good. No worries.
Probably because of the way the lighting is.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
Okay.
helping us out. So I guess we have an assignment that's due
Thursday.
on Saturday too.
I think both homework assignments, 2 and 3, are Saturday, and then Thursday we have another group discussion or group meeting.
Okay, so there's a group meeting due on Thursday.
Huh?
So the group meeting's due on Thursday night. Is that what it is?
Since I'm done
Yeah, it is.
quiz, I'll double check. So
Can you
on
guys hear me?
my page it says homework. Thursday is the group meeting for lesson 3, and then lesson 2 and 3 homework is due Saturday.
Cool. What were you gonna say, Veronica?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that Tuesdays and Thursdays we're supposed to get together to do the group meeting.
Cutting out.
I was just gonna say that Tuesdays and Thursdays we're supposed to meet on those days or before to do the group quiz and study.
Awesome. All right, then we'll see you guys. Should we do the same time on Thursday, 5 o'clock, or does that work for you guys still?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask if we could do it a little later because I actually work this Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get out of work till 5, which for you guys is 6 o'clock. Would 6:30 work for you guys?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's any time after 2. I mean, I'm completely free, other than intensive study or something like that, to where I might have gotten behind. So yeah, it's probably good.
6:30 works for me too. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
it'll
if
be
it doesn't,
6:30
and if
your
it
time.
changes for anyone, just email.
Okay, it'll be 6:30 your time, 5:30 my time, because I don't get out of work till 5.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So I will be sure to call both of you that day just to make sure everything runs smoothly. I don't know if you are out if you're not logged into your Gmail, if it still does the ping, to where you can hear you're being I guess to where they're calling in for the group discussion or group meeting or handouts. I mean, so I'll make sure to call, and then maybe I'll try to experiment with that next time by not being into Google when you or Gmail when you call.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, then we'll see you guys on Thursday at 6:30 Mountain Time.
All right.
Okay.
See ya. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.